Templar, and a collection about Freemasonry and the U.S. space program, which it's been very heavily involved in.
So I think maybe what I think he was saying, this, if this is right, it says Ronald Reagan has often been referred to as a Freemason. He is not a Freemason, although he is an honorary member of the Imperial Council of the Shrine.
Oh, okay.
He has on numerous occasions been involved in Shrine and Masonic functions.
So the Shrine has a particular place in Masonry. Formerly, you had to be a 32nd degree Freemason or a Knights Templar, which is the highest order of the York Rite. They've since removed that in many places, and so the Shrine is often described as an organization that's not Masonic, but you have to be a Mason to join, which to me sounds like a Masonic organization.
Okay. You have to be a 32nd?
Not anymore.
Oh, no?
No.
Or on the higher side of the York, right?
Right.
That was the prerequisite to join that.
Right.
It's like Rotary Club. It becomes a,
Yeah.
it's a society. In here it will be what you consider more private, but then it's a something for the community.
And man, as the plaque above it says, we're currently going to the Americanism Museum, which is a museum building. I think the door locked. No. About 25% of it. Also, this is the Americanism Museum, built in honor of Freemasonry and its close ties with American history. So on the walls we have famous American Freemasons.
Sorry.
Most of them are not Scottish, right? And then inside the glass cases we have interesting artifacts from U.S. history that have to do with Freemasonry. So you can feel free to wander around. There's some pretty cool artifacts in here, like a flag that's been flown to the moon, a Masonic toaster, Abraham Lincoln's Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln's what?
This is actually your.
Not sure what he's saying about Lincoln. Oh, his life mask. Right here.
These are the muskets that we bring around.
Yeah, these are some ceremonial weapons.
That is a musket.
Oh yeah, I think it's a rifle. The difference is that they rifle the barrel and a rifle.
It's really old, but it's like really antique.
There's one with the bayonet over here.
Oh, yeah. Really old.
Which is the flag that went to the moon? Is it this one or?
The flag that went to the moon is actually a Supreme Council flag. It's this white flag over here with the double variation of the black crown.
I saw
That symbol many times to the left.
Yeah, so that's the Grand Commander symbol.
Presidential seal, basically?
Kind of, yeah. It's a jewel that he wears. It symbolizes his position. It's an expanded cross. So it's a cross with 2 extra bars. It's got 3 total bars, and then each of the bars at the end will have another set of bars. It's just an expansion of the previous symbol, which is a bar with 2 bars. Or a cross
And that
with
was
2 bars.
the Templars?
That's the 33rd degree.
33rd degree, oh, okay.
So this is just saying, he's above the 33rd degree technically.
Oh, got it. Cool.
Because he's the boss of the organization.
Okay, what's that sign?
Yeah. So this is the flag that's been flown to the moon and back.
Oh,
Now
I
it's
see.
just expanded.
Oh,
the
okay.
Grand Commander symbol.
This one, this is the one
It's the one with the
the
double.
first flight that went out?
It was flown on the moon. They did fly it before the American flag.
Okay, good.
And while he was
They
on the
flew it
moon,
before the flag?
I believe so.
Okay.
Wow.
They had to test out to make sure the flag.
That's
was-
what Neil Armstrong took it up?
Buzz Aldrin took it up. Buzz Aldrin was a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason. So the Supreme Council, which is 33s, gave him that flag. While he was on the moon, Buzz Aldrin founded a Masonic lodge. It's called the Lodge of Tranquility. They meet in Texas because it's hard to meet on the moon regularly.
Really?
Yeah, you can join.
That's cool.
Yeah. I actually had 2 Masons earlier this week who were members. They said his dues were either $15 or $50 a year, so it's not too bad.
That's cool.
And this shovel,
Yeah.
was it like?
Yeah, so this is the shovel that Bob Dole, who was a U.S. Senator and a veteran, used to break ground on the World War II Memorial.
Okay.
Bob Dole, whose portrait is over here. He's a 33 sculptor, amazing. We also have Arnold Palmer's putter. Arnold Palmer is famous, of course, for the drink. But in addition to maybe the Arnold Palmer drink, golf is a pretty neat game.
Of course for the drink. I went first to the golf, but that's fine.
I find it's usually more skewed towards the drink.
Really? Oh, my dad loves golf, so that's probably why I think
Solomon Lodge number 20.
geometry. You know, I saw a little bit of
Single-handedly, like,
yeah.
like 50 guys. Like,
Bonnie Murphy's like a superhero. Yeah,
Look how
this
young
is the beginning and that's the end.
Very nice.
And it's air conditioned, which makes it one of the best rooms of the building. I don't want to lock anyone else in here.
This one.
Not with the doors locked.
So there's 7 of us, I guess.
Yep. We'll be going this way.
fix their shoes and this.
We will be heading back up the stairs, so I hope your legs are rested.
Did you enjoy it?
I'm just interested. I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not, but I'm definitely curious. How you liked it?
That's good.
Yeah.
My grandpa was in it, my name is Solomon.
Oh, okay.
Go all the way back to Egypt, and every single society country, members in it. That's an American.
Yeah, I think
This is something really like, this is America, but they have stuff.
the original lodge is in London, correct?
It was originally, put it this way, it started in Egypt, people continued it, the Muslims had it, next temples, and other stuff, that's why, you know, the Jewish, the Muslim, and Christians, but it was in Paris, they call it frame or something. The word frame is brown, before it was free.
We will just be peeking our heads in here. The building is actually about to close. I don't know that. I was told by the CFO, and so I'm going to listen to him because he pays my check.
Sounds good.
But we can take a quick peek. This is the reading room where people come in to research. And if you look down this hallway, you'll see the stacks, which is where most of our books are.
Look at that library.
Is this open to the public?
Yes, the libraries are open to the public. You can come in and conduct research. It's all about masonry.
Mommy, mommy.
Yeah, no.
Some of our books are really, really old. The oldest book in our collection is from 1495. It's right here. It's a book about Latin grammar from Venice.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with masonry, but we had it, and so we're very proud of it. A lot of these Masonic books are fairly philosophically rich and maybe written by lawyers, which makes it awful to read. The seminal book about Masonry is a book called Morals and Dogma. It was written by Albert Pike. It basically details each of the degrees of Masonry. A lawyer in residence described it as the tax code, basically. I don't know, it gives you an impression about how enjoyable it is.
Yeah. Probably doesn't change as frequently as the tax code. So there's that.
That's why this lawyer on residence is no longer a tax lawyer.
I used to be a lawyer.
I took tax one house, so I'm confused.
Yeah, it's like all organizations around the world. It's very old, but there's a lot of branches. So,
Christianity has different sects
They
and
used to,
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
they used to be in France. Then they said England. They mixed up with the speculative and operative. They mixed together.
God bless you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you again. Thank you very much for your hospitality, man. You have a good day. All right, guys, I'm outside of here. Unfortunately, there was no video allowed in there, and I videoed a couple times even though he told me to stop. But you've got the symbol of, I believe it's the rose. He said it's a forget-me-not, but I believe it's a rose. You see the sun symbolism here with the lion. The lion is also a symbol for the sun with the mane, and you got the rose symbol. You got that everywhere. I took a bunch of pictures inside, so you'll be able to see that. We're gonna go back outside for a sec, guys, before I wrap this thing up. I can't even see where my camera's pointing, so let me get in the dark real quick here because I was going undercover mode. All right, I still can't see what's going on here. All right, thanks. Okay, I'm alive again. All right, so I'm gonna take you what this says over here. I'm gonna go around the building really quickly. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Very interesting things were said there. Very interesting things if you guys were listening to what he said there. Thank you guys. So we're back outside the temple. I had to play dumb, like, oh yeah, I'm interested in doing masonry to see if I can get to talk to that guy, but all of a sudden they were like, oh, now we gotta get out of here. So on the exterior, we're back here on the Egyptian looking sphinxes here. You can see the serpents all on the back. And as was pointed out to me by an intelligent and lovely lady, you have one that's a male representative and one that's a female representative. And on both sides, they have different looking symbols as hieroglyphs. So you'll see we're here at 1733, and hopefully you guys can help me. This is the male looking figure. It's got the serpent protruding from the throat as well. Below that you have the Ankh, and then it's got a symbol that looks like an isosceles triangle next to an owl next to I don't know what, and then you get an oval above what it looks like to be a snail. I'm not sure. And we went on a tour with this brother here who is a Mason from England, and that was interesting conversing with him. Any idea as to what the symbols mean, the hieroglyphs?
Okay, let me tell you, because they got, when you join something, you got what people want to teach you and you got the truth.
Do you mind if I record you on film?
No, don't record me on film.
Okay,
because there's some things I'm not supposed to.
Okay,
you
okay.
can record my voice, but
Okay.
what happens is there's some things that, because I joined as well, I'm a third degree Mason, but as well as there's some things that you're not supposed to talk about, but at the same time there's some things, when I'm talking about the things you read, you know, there's things you could read, and I'm not for giving up my obligation, but these are representative of what they call a sphinx. In Egypt, there's this thing they call as above, so below. Everything they made is patterned after the celestial heavens. The sphinx is a symbol of a dog, and the head is the head of a man. And the symbology behind it is we are animal, we are by training, we are animal by our instincts, but we have to be like
You have
man.
to transcend that, yeah.
Transcend that and be like man, like God man. And there's something, if you go to the rotunda around there, you'll see something called your hypothesis of George Washington when he's up there and
Becoming
he's around,
God, yeah.
Like,
And they
not
also have the
becoming-
double-headed
these little
eagle
gods,
behind it.
right? And there's a little few like gods around.
Yeah.
The eagle is really a what you call a double-headed
Phoenix.
which rises from its ashes, which is a symbol of like transmutation. We are always changing. We are always growing. You go from a little caterpillar to a butterfly, a boy to a man, and even if you become a man, you are constantly seeking light. So, you know, that's really what it meant in Egypt. Now, one of them has eyes open. Sometimes the eyes closed means ignorance. Eyes open means knowledge of light. And then also, one blinking means wisdom.
Okay.
Okay?
One blinking means wisdom.
Yeah, but
okay.
it depends on what you are. It depends what your, what's the name? What they're going to teach you.
Yeah, because
As I
the different
said,
rights have to...
there are different. Within mentioning, there's like, as you said, this is supreme Scottish. Of the southern jurisdiction, you have the northern jurisdiction. You have what they call over here, and I don't mean I'm going to get a little racist. When I say racist, I'm not racist, but in America they separate a lot of
Yeah,
things.
there's
For
no
example,
the Prince Hall Masons
right,
can't
no
go.
Prince Hall, right.
That's
Over
that
here
is
was what
racist,
the
yeah.
Caucasians had.
Yep.
And what happens, they need 3 lodges to make a mother lodge, and which is a supreme lodge. And once you have a supreme lodge, you can make smaller lodges. However, the Prince Hall became Masons during the time of slavery in America, but they had what they call a dispensation or a charter from England. England had lodges before they had them in America. Now, I'm not Prince Hall, but I'm just telling you that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes, sir.
So, over here, they don't want to accept it because they said, oh, it was just 2 lodges. But it doesn't matter because
Oh, I see.
you get it. Sometimes there's a little thing where they say you need 3 to make a supreme lodge. But once you get a dispensation, even if it was 1 lodge, and you get a dispensation from a body in England, you say you can practice. That's it. You're under England. Now, at the time, King George was the king. You also had Ireland. You have the lodges in Scotland and in Wales and Ireland. King George put 2 lodges together and they called it the United Grand Lodge of England. Now you also have like people who teach things like Templars. You heard of Skull and Bones,
Yep.
These are little China little fractions. There was Jackie D. Molay over there was a Templar in France, and you read a book called Born in Blood.
Born in
Born in
Blood?
Blood by Robinson.
Born in Blood. Okay, I'll remember that.
And read Albert Pike book is he has a 33rd. But if you read different books, they'll tell you different things. But you also need to get into, and when I say a cult, it doesn't mean a cult in regards to hidden, secret, demonic. A cult just means eyes, knowledge. Your eyes closed means no wisdom, your eyes open means wisdom. But the thing is, America was founded on religious freedom for everyone, but sometimes you have people closed-minded, and they kind of get into fractions. Like even the Catholic Church, the St. Franciscan and whatnot order. Then you have different Christian, like Methodist believes this but not that. Pentecostal believes this, not that. Baptist believes this, that. And then you have what? Christian fights against Muslim fighting against the Jews. There's only one God. There could only be one God. The main thing to join this organization is a belief in a supreme being. Before you had Christianity come out, people believed in a higher being, even if it was pagan deities. So sometimes you have to go back to, maybe it's back to some other faiths, like from India, Mesopotamia, Egypt, throughout Africa. So I'm one of these guys who just study them all because knowledge isn't in one place. It's like a spoken will. All spokes together will give you what they call 360 degrees of knowledge, which is complete knowledge. 360 is a number for God, by the way, symbolically, as a symbol. And you can't get anything being isolated and, how would I say, like constricted.
Yeah, studying one ideology, you'll never learn anything. I agree.
Degree is what you have in Egypt. Used to be like believe in a universe. That's where you get the word university. As you get knowledge, you go to school for a degree. First degree,
A degree, yeah.
Third degree is like bachelor's degree, and as you get degrees of knowledge, in Egypt you have to be 33 years studying to become like a doctor. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like that. So That's how you get degrees. It's about life knowledge.
Well, I appreciate you taking
No
time, man.
problem.
Catch up to your family. That was very interesting. Can't wait to rewind that and watch that again. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up in just a second here. Wow, that was crazy. I never thought I'd be in this building. I'm here in front of the Supreme Mother Lodge here in the United States. We saw Albert Pike, like I said, the Confederate Brigadier General who has relations reportedly to the KKK. He's a known racist, and he created the different 33 degrees. I learned so much just being there, and it's great to say, wow, I heard that from those people and they said it. It's not something I heard online. That was very interesting. I'm sorry I couldn't get more footage. He did catch me videoing in there and he said to stop, so I had to end the first live video, but I caught up to it in there's a little bit that you guys missed, but I took photos inside, and it's very interesting, and it was so many pictures and symbols and things that I myself have to gonna go back and take a look at it and read through all this. It's very interesting, but I'll give you one final shot. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna be down here in DC for a short while, so if you guys have any leads or anything else, I'm still gonna be doing some investigating. But yeah, thanks for watching, and share that statue video, and stay tuned. Demand the Truth 990 WBOB.com.